Hey there folks, this is GreenyXI welcoming you right back to Let's Play Oracle Seasons. This is episode 20, and what we're going to do in this episode is take on level 8 Sword and Shield Dungeon. And this is going to be by far the longest dungeon in the entire game, but I wouldn't worry too much. It's not too difficult considering it's the last proper dungeon in the game, you know. But there's a couple of little things that could throw you off a little bit. So we're going to shoot that. And that is all we're doing in this room, which is lovely. That means that we've got an easy key. Where's the key? Go. Let's have a little look around. We need to find a locked door now. Don't worry about those statues or they're something optional and they don't give you anything all that brilliant. We need to kill these enemies. And every time you come in this room, you're going to kill the enemies to get through the door at the top. So look out for that. You can just trap them against the pots, so you don't need to worry about the magnetic glove door. The middle couple of pots by here will normally have a bit of health. That's nice too. Okay, we're gonna kill off 3 of the enemies, the little shits that go around, the little red blobs. And now we wanna... the only way to kill this guy, and we do need to do it, is to get the magnetic glove on the go. So we'll get that out as well. Whoop, 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 whoop. It's a little bit awkward because of the ice, so you want to look out for that as well. Ain't it funny how it's like an icy dungeon when all of a sudden there's like fire, and there's a volcano on the outside, and it's quite funny, I think. The irony used in video games sometimes is it makes an art form rather than anything else. There's no point going right for there. There is a doorway, but there's a bridge, so we can't go through it. So we're gonna have to use our first key by here. Okay, right. Keep going, just keep following. If you don't have the noble sword, you'll have to pick up those pots and chuck them, which is good if you want to kill off the snakes easier. These hands, we've seen them a million times now. We'll take it back to the entrance of the dungeon. This is the toughest underground part you'll find in the game. I mean, I normally get through by luck if I don't get hit. So, we're actually nearly there already, but it is the toughest one in my opinion. Just keep going up and down until you find... there we go. Opening. Can you find an opening? Quick. Right. Up here is normally a bit of health if you need it, but apparently not if you don't need it. It's all pretty linear so far, this dungeon, but it's going to get a lot less linear once we get a certain way along. This is going to take longer than 1 episode for sure. For bloody certain, actually. Because it's split into 2 parts, this dungeon is. The first part is probably how long this episode will go on for, and then we'll cut and go for the second half in the next. Yeah. So, usually I have the key by here, so we're out the keys now, we're out of everything. Rotating floor, the last one we'll be seeing in the entire game. What we want to do is go... let me have a think now. Yeah, we'll go left, and then we'll go on the rotating floor again and go down. If we go right up there, there's going to be a locked door as well as a couple of other things that we just can't do anything about yet. Don't be too put off by that. We're going to kill all the enemies before doing anything else. Because then, what the owl says to you is stop and stare at the statue sort of thing. So just stand here for a while. Stand here for a while. One more time. You just stare at it. Let's get the boomerang on, essentially. Nothing? Okay, we'll leave and come back in a sec. And try this again. It's normally like a 2-second thing. There we go. It's a little bit glitchy, I think, but otherwise it's fine. It's not exactly much you have to do. So we can go this way first, get the treasure chest, obviously. We're not just going to leave it there. There's the map, we just need the boss key now, as well as plenty of other keys and stuff. Let's get rid of this thing. Maybe not. The other thing we want to do, what we mainly come up here to do, this is very important. Shit, dropped it. Okay, let's go back out and back in. Come here, let's give it to the bats first, shall we? I think this is the first time we've seen these fire bats, isn't it? All you have to remember... oh, right, okay. That made the bridge over there open, so we're gonna take some other stairs somewhere else now. For obvious reasons, there's nowhere else to go up here. I probably sound like I got a blocked nose, and I do. I've got a cold coming, I'm sure. Might be hay fever, it might be a cold. I think it's a cold though. Because there's hardly anything going on outside. Pollen-wise. Anyway. Let's get the boomerang back out one more time. We need to kill off just 2 of these things. Let's get the sword. Bloody hell, they're getting in the way, aren't they? I'm going to kill off these bottom 2 so we can get to the front of the treasure chest. Push it over, and now the other ones will open. Here's the inventory item for the dungeon already. It's a hyper slingshot. It shoots out 3 seeds at a time, which is amazing. You'll see why we'll want that in a moment. Very soon, actually, we'll want to get back to the rotating flow so that I can show you it properly. It'll only take like 2 seconds to get there, so it's fine. Actually, we're there now. Where are they now? So, before we actually go right that way, we want to come back to this rotating floor, don't we? Yes we do. Yes we do. Because this will lead us to a key, and that's all we're coming this way for. And then we're done with the rotating floor completely. We are. Oh, that's a relief. No more of them at all. Unless you die. Either on or before the mini-boss. Then you'll have to use that rotating floor one more time. But literally that's it. Wrong way. Let's go across here. At the beginning of the dungeon, remember there were like a couple of statues I said were optional and you don't need to worry about? Well, now we've got the hyper slingshot, you can go back and do that if you want, but I'm not going to bother. Because it's a bit pointless in my opinion. Can't quite remember, I think it's a gaseous seed, either that or a ring. So, whoops, step back a bit more. There we go, 3 seeds, now we can go up here. There's something else in here that we need to get. It's a key actually. I think it just chimed, so it's not a spoiler or anything. Whoop. Watch not to get hit by these. You don't want your sword being cancelled with those enemies on the other side. Come on, one more ball, and then we can kill the enemies off. Shit. We're at the very end when we're reaching the enemies. There we go. Come on. Yeah. I find it quite hard to actually keep your health up a bit on this dungeon. And it's not like we're low on heart containers, we're only 2 below max, and one of them will be getting in this dungeon, so we're only missing 1 optional heart container, you know? Container. Oh, this cold is getting to me. My stuffed nose. We still have 2 keys left. I'm sure we should only have 1. Whatever. Mini-boss time. This is a very tough mini-boss. What you want to do is try and make sure you got as much health as possible before coming in here. 2 things you want on. Mystery seeds on the hyper slingshot. And we want to put on the ember seeds on the satchel. Shoot that, and now it is ice. We can hit it with ember. You can just make it easier and switch the slingshot instead every time to the different seed types, but because that way you won't have to go up close to hit him with the ember seed. But I mean, I know you don't want to see me go to the inventory screen a million times a second, so we'll just do it this way. Making this look easy, that sounds arrogant, but it is a hard mini-boss. When I was doing my practice run, I had huge problems with this mini-boss. It's a long trek. If you have to go all the way through the dungeon again to get back to this mini-boss, it is a long trek. But fortunately we're having a pretty good time of it. I think you can pick up the ice and throw it at the fire kind when he's on fire. I think. I've never tried it myself, but it looks like that should be how it works. I'm sure. As you can see, even if you don't hit it with the ember seed straight away, you can still, he can still walk into it, sort of thing. So it's all good. Let's see how long we got left. Okay, I think we'll keep going a bit longer. Yeah, I think that's fine. we want to put the ember seeds on the slingshot and be really quick at getting all of them. And there we go. Easy enough, really. Hey, I think before starting this little bit, I shall cut the episode here. It's going to be a bit of a short episode, but I think it's what we need to do. This has been GreenXI. I hope you've enjoyed. I'll see you again in the next episode, when we take on this puzzle, which is pretty tough in its own right. And we'll also finish the dungeon. Yeah. See you in a bit.